Woohoo. Hello, Sands of Five. How are you doing? You're basically the one person in the audience right now, which is cool. That's fine. Like, this is an off hour. Like, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm streaming. Like I said in my tweet, which if you didn't see it, like it has been a strange day. So I'm hanging out here. I'm ready to play a little bit of Diablo III, which, I mean, having very few people show up for a 1 a.m. stream on a Saturday night, it just stacks up to make sense. It's an off-hour stream, and I'm not playing a game that a lot of people are interested in watching me play specifically. I'm not a Blizzard guy. Like, I don't play Blizzard games. Blizzard themselves have a lot of controversial troubles, you know? But who knows? Maybe we can have a little bit of fun this evening while we hang out, and I play a little bit more Diablo 3. Ooh, that's spicy. That's some spicy water. Not much spicy water, just enough spicy water. All right, we are going back into the adventures of Mr. McPunch. We're going to have our adventure.
Hey, mister, I got some new things.
And eat it too. Did Tyrael? Nah, Tyrael ain't got nothing else to say. Okay, where was I supposed to go? Oh, that's right. I probably have to go down into the town to do something about the freaks that are a problem.
It is a monk of Eve-God. I heard they have thousands of ways to kill a man. Those damn cultists in Alcarnus never stood a chance.
I can't believe anyone could have survived that out there, let alone defeat those monsters.
I know, but he did it.
Damius, is that you? What happened?
Thieving peasants. They came while I was sleeping, pinned me down, and cut off my robes and jewelry.
I'm so sorry, my friend. Come, stay with me. I am sharing a tent with a fine and generous family.
Oh no, I am staying where the guards are. You wait and see. That peasant family is going to slit your throat and rob your corpse.
Oh my. I love this stuff. I love just wandering around the towns and listening to what people have to say. Their noises and their chatter.
I pay tribute to the Emperor for years. He cannot treat us like this.
Like hell he can't.
Captain Ravan, the conditions out here are deplorable. Something must be done to aid these people.
We will die out here if you don't let us in.
Oh, he's a
Many of
merchant.
my pieces come straight from the Emperor's own collection. Fair.
Chaldeum?
From the sculpted sky roads leading to the Imperial Palace, one can see all of breathtaking Chaldeum below.
Breathtaking. Before the gates closed, I saw 3 rats and a starving child fighting over half an apple.
It pleases you to exaggerate, I'm sure.
No, it pleases me to pass out drunk in the shade. But here we are.
I wouldn't go over there if I were you. Some poor fellow fell to his death from the walls.
Is there no one to help us? The demons have taken over the desert. How long until they come to Chaldeum?
A servant's journal.
My little Hakan has become so cruel, so paranoid in the last few weeks. I hear that he has ordered all of his staff to leave the city, or he will have them thrown from the walls. He cannot possibly mean me. I have cared for him since he was an infant.
Oh dear. Oh jeez. That's a bit dark. Keep trying to catch my early streams, but you're always working? Well, I'm happy to be doing a little bit of streaming whenever you can catch.
That you shut me out here with this rabble, you'll be lucky if he only takes your head.
Ashira, the Emperor and my friend are in grave danger. I must gain entry into the palace.
I heard what you did at Kasim Outpost in Alcarnus. You have my thanks, and you shall have my help. Captain Ravan, This man has vital information regarding the massacre in the borderlands. We must see the Emperor at once.
Very well, but I don't think you'll find him receptive. Let them pass!
Demons ravage the deserts! Our villages are overrun!
So are we gonna tell her, like, what's going on with the guard?
Let's go. I'll lead you to the palace.
You are bold to have sought this audience with me. My guards tell me you were responsible for the massacre of innocent villagers in Alcarnus.
Lies. Alcarnus was the dark work of Magda and her coven, servants of Belial.
If you are innocent, then why do you have spies skulking through my sewers? Bring her in!
Let me go!
I detest violence. Guards, I leave this matter in your hands.
Ah, yes. It always comes to fighting so quickly.
No!
Oh dear.
I knew you'd come for me.
We must go before more guards arrive.
Oh, okay. We're not gonna hang out? Nothing? Oh, well, okay. That's just the way it's gonna be then.
Get out of here. I will cover your escape.
Thank you. Now we need to get to the sewers. I'll explain why when we get there.
Okay, cool. Nothing to worry about. I'm certain you only have my best interests in mind. Not like they planted an earworm or something in you. That's right, that's why I'm, like, there are all of these strange visual distortions on the screen, and I thought that there was, like, some sort of a flaw with the game. I'm only starting to remember some of the story.
We make a fine team.
Yes, we do see, Enchantress.
These demons are blocking our way. We must destroy their summoning construct.
Well done.
Level 29. I couldn't ask for anything more. Except for maybe level 30. Okay. Let's check our skills. We've definitely got some other stuff to do here. Let's see. Become immune to damage while under the effects of surrounding nearby enemies take damage. I'd rather do this. Sacrificed. Sanctified ground. Inner sanctuary duration is increased and cannot be passed by enemies.
You seem distant at times. Are you troubled?
It is not my intention. There is nowhere I would rather be.
Truly.
Truly. Everything depends on this. On you.
Seven-sided strike. Incinerate. Screw that. Water ally. Active, your mystic ally performs multiple freezing wave attacks. That doesn't seem too bad. Seems pretty good. One more level and I can get another passive skill, and my my follower will get another ability. I can't remember how many more areas there are in this game.
There has to be a way into the sewers from here.
Well, easier said than done. Listen, I'm fighting off snakes and everything. Serpents. A straight up Naga out of Warcraft 3.
This leads to the sewers.
Yeah, well, you can just wait on that, Leah. I'm killing snakes. And I'm not talking about masturbation, neither. Yes, it is very easy to talk about paying attention to to snakes as some sort of a innuendo, but that's not the case. I promise. All right.
I found my mother, Adria. She's alive, but the Imperial Guard is holding her somewhere down here.
We will find her.
Okay.
So Magda was telling the truth. Somehow I knew my mother was alive. I always knew it.
Tread carefully, lady. There may have been reasons why your mother hid that fact from you.
That's all of them.
Ah, yes, the sewers. My absolute favorite thing ever in any type of a game. The first and most natural type of dungeon for you to go into. Why it is that so many cities have incredibly elaborate sewer systems that don't really seem to work all that well is just a bit beyond me, but it works fine in the adventuring sense.
The Accursed were created when a necrotic plague spread through Kyrgyzstan centuries ago. The infected watched in terror as their flesh blackened and died. The strongest medicines could not stop the decay. Eventually, they fell into a dormant state, and their bodies were piled up in dark and forgotten places where they could rest undisturbed.
2 more areas unless you got the DLC. Well, the whole reason I'm doing this is because I got the DLC. I played the original game when it came out, but I never messed with the DLC. So, like, I'm doing this whole thing just to get through the, what is it, the Reaper of Souls or something is what it was called?
You must face another trial, my friend.
Ah, it's a dead end. And to believe I'm doing all of this for the specific reason that the Diablo IV beta was pretty goddamn
should
good.
be up here.
Oh, okay, cool. That means that we're supposed to go back. I wouldn't be caught dead, actually, like, leaving the dungeon before I've actually cleared it out. It's a necessary step along the way. You know how it is?
A mighty foe has fallen.
The electric eels are insidious pests that have taken root in the oases surrounding Chaldeum. Known for their stinging strikes, these creatures are particularly dangerous when they attack in large numbers. It is said that raw eel has become a delicacy among Chaldeum's elite, but I assure you these rumors are baseless.
Break beneath the endless tide!
Punchy McPuncherson knows what he's talking about. Hello? Hello? Oh, my dear friend. You just stroke me right where it belongs. 266 life per hit, man. Lightning damage, dexterity, and vitality. Attack speed. Monster kills grant additional experience. 29 experience. You know, it's probably better to swap it out with this lower quality one. Physical skills, 5% more damage, 54 dexterity, 66 vitality. This is totally better. Magic Wizard's Hat. Well, don't think I can use that. What's the Enchantress God Honor? 65 with 84 vitality. You know, I think she's gonna be better off with that. 43, 42. I think we're good. What type of pants do you have on? $55, $56. I think it's good. I think we're good. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, here we go.
us about the Black Soul Stone. We know of the 3 that the Horadrim used to trap the Primevals. What is the purpose of this one?
Your master Belial has good reason to fear it.
Leave her alone!
Seize them!
I don't have enough spirit.
Adria.
Leah, my daughter.
You know who I am?
My darling, I've watched over you all your life, but I never dared get close because of the danger that always shadows me.
Now is not the time for talk.
It's always better to swap gear until you get to the level cap. I don't know that I'll ever hit the level cap. I'm just trying to get through the story. Yeah, I'm not like a major min-maxer in this type of a game. And I don't actually expect to find anything in here. So
Do you ever become weary of strife? Of constant fighting?
Never. Nor will I.
You are not very good at lifting the spirits of others, are you?
Hey,
Right,
mister,
we got it.
I got some new things. You should take a look. I may look small, but I'll hurt you if you try to steal from me.
Yeah, sure, whatever you say, kid. Tyrael. The destruction of Mount Ariat.
I heard that you were there 20 years ago, when Mount Ariat was destroyed.
Baal, the Lord of Destruction, sought to enslave mankind to the power of hell by corrupting the sacred World Stone. Unthinkable though it was, I was forced to destroy it.
Wasn't the mountain destroyed as well?
Understand, friend, that entire worlds burned as heaven and hell fought over the World Stone. Ariat's destruction was regrettable. And, believe me, I paid a high cost as well.
What about the last 20 years?
What happened after you destroyed the World Stone?
The resultant explosion dispersed the light and harmony of my angelic being. Without form or shape, I restored myself within the realm of pandemonium. It took me 20 of your years, but finally, I returned home to the high heavens.
They must have hailed you as a hero.
Hardly. Believing my actions had endangered creation, the Angiras Council put me, the Archangel of Justice, on trial. I knew then that heaven was doomed, unless I could enlist the aid of mankind against the coming onslaught of hell.
Okie dokie. Let's talk. The guard's fate.
What happened to your brother?
Nothing you'd want to hear.
I asked.
And then what? I suppose you'll make it all right. You'll fix it up just like another one of your little errands. Some things aren't that easy.
I am a patient man.
God, and you're so noble about it too. Spare me.
Oh, man. Nothing like getting under the skin of the, Yeah. Yeah, I had words there. Nothing like getting under the skin of, the scoundrel. It's actually pretty entertaining. Alright. What does the seeress have to say? Followers.
Those you've chosen to fight alongside you are an interesting bunch. Children after my own heart. Flawed in such interesting ways. Irena, you are quite vivacious for one with such a burden. Cormac has certainly noticed. Oh, don't pretend you haven't seen him looking at you. He'd best keep his vows in mind. Or maybe he shouldn't. And that Lyndon, he makes me laugh. He can warm my bed any night. Reminds me of my second husband, he does.
God, she is so entertaining. I like her so much. Okay.
I'm surprised Cain never told you why I left. He knew I was called to fight the Lords of Hell, and I knew he would keep you safe.
He's gone now.
Then it's fate that we have been reunited. Cain's work, your work, is my war.
According to the Herodric texts, only 2 evils remain. Belial is here in Chaldeum, and Azmodan has yet to reveal himself.
Okay. Leah's birth.
Did you find it difficult to abandon your child?
What? No, I never saw it that way. She grew up in safety, while I risked my life to find the key to our salvation. It was the sacrifice that I had to make. In any case, Leah will meet her full potential under my guidance. Do you not have things to do?
Adria and Cain?
How well did you know Cain?
For a time, during the darkening of Tristram, we spent many nights in the Tavern of the Rising Sun, discussing his Herodric texts and the varied arcana I'd collected during my travels.
Had you seen him since then?
Only from afar. From time to time our paths would cross, and I would catch glimpses of Leah as she grew. It broke my heart that I could not reveal myself and raise her as my own.
And Adria's capture.
How did the Imperial Guard find you?
I was trying to steal out of the city. I'd returned to gather some things before setting out to recover Zoltan Kuhl's head, and the guards found me.
The hell is Zoltan Kuhl's head?
The guards were asking you about this Black Soul Stone. I remember reading about it in Uncle's journal, but it didn't seem important.
No, but it is. It is the key to defeating evil forever. It was created by the mage Zoltan Kuhl to trap demonic souls.
Yes, he was a renegade Herodrim, dismembered by his brethren before he could activate the Soul Stone. His head was sealed away in the Dulgar Oasis.
We must retrieve it, because if we're to use the Soul Stone to defeat Belial and Azmodan, Zoltan Kuhl must live again.
Wait, what? Wait, hold up.
We rescued Leah's mother, the witch, Adria. She told us of the Black Soul Stone, an artifact that could destroy the last Lords of Hell. I will find it, and God's willing, we will use it in our fight.
This doesn't smell right. Why would we try to resurrect or bring back someone who was killed? That doesn't make a lick of sense.
Murderer, torturer, monster. These were the titles bestowed upon Zoltan Kuhl by the Horadrim. Though it cost them dearly, they killed the wizard for his crimes against nature and sealed his broken corpse within a shadow realm. It seems they were afraid he might return.
Maybe they were right. You know, just saying. Zoltan Kuhl's death.
300 years ago, I selected Kuhl and 6 others to form the Horadrim. He was a great man who was driven mad by his long quest to hunt evil.
Why did the Horadrim kill Zoltan Kuhl?
He delved into powers not meant for man, trying to fashion an artifact that could fill his empty heart with the souls of angels and demons. The Horadrim had no choice but to slay him. The Order never recovered.
Wait, if that's what the guy did, why the hell do we want to bring him back?
I don't like dealing with Kuhl any better than you do, but I see no other way. If Adria says we must, then we must. Uncle Deckard trusted her, and so will I.
You're still in a sarcastic tone. Yeah, let's resurrect the evil wizard. God, this is like the bad choice that leads to the worst choice in a D&D campaign. The Mad Wizard.
Zoltan Kuhl, a legend. There is no doubt in my mind he is as powerful as the stories say. But for every bit of his genius, he was surely mad. He was obsessed with immortality and power.
A madman. We would do better to leave him asleep in the desert than to call on him for aid.
You have a better idea.
I do not. It is merely a warning.
Okay, like, you're still not answering why we need him? Like, are we not capable of, like, you know, taking care of this prick? Can we not activate stuff on our own without him? Tyrael's warning.
Tyrael says that Zoltan Kuhl cannot be trusted. Do you think it wise to ignore that counsel?
It will be dangerous, but you have faced great peril before. If Belial and Azmodan invade, you will have much more to worry about than a dismembered wizard.
What an attitude. What do you have to say about all this? Adria's intention.
This Adria, I sense dark things about her. She is not averse to using whatever means necessary to destroy Azmodan and Belial. She will use the Black Soulstone, no matter what the cost.
To defeat your enemy, one must make sacrifices.
Some costs may prove too high, even for you.
Zoltan Kuhl?
This Zoltan Kuhl sounds like an untrustworthy fellow. You don't have your head separated from your body for no good reason.
We need him to get the Soul Stone.
Well, if you must. But I don't trust any of those ancient sorcerer types. Always up to no good.
I must be missing something here because I don't understand why we need him to get the Soul Stone. Why can't we just, like, go and find it? What's necessary about reviving this guy to bring it back? What the fuck did I just miss?
I worry about Leah. How is she?
Why do you ask?
Oh, no reason. She just needs someone looking out for her.
What do we have here?
After all this time, my mother is alive. I couldn't be happier, and yet it's still hard to accept that she never sent word to me or Uncle Deckard. She said that she wanted to keep me safe, but I just wish I'd known. Well, at least I have her now.
About Miria.
Tell me more about your witch wife.
Very funny. I broke her out in the middle of the night and we escaped. They didn't chase us far. I guess they were glad to see her go.
A real boy meets witch story.
She wasn't a witch. She was a mystic. Though we didn't find that out for a time. Not until we started traveling with the Vetchin wagon train. Well, that's a story for another time.
Man, it's like trying to pull teeth with you getting your life story. What about either of you? Got anything to say? No? Nothing? Just me? Fine. Probably sealed away with him. I'm still so phenomenally incredulous. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Find the Oasis gate in the flooded causeway. Oh, okay. We gotta go downstairs. I can do that. Nothing? Got some chatters here? Got anyone talking? Got some flavor text, maybe? Ooh! Oh, no, wait. That's not the way I want to go.
I've got some brand new goods you might be interested in.
The Searing Sands Inn? I didn't know that there was an inn.
I know a lot of people are happy that the nobles are out here with us, but we are used to this life. It must be hard on them.
Whatever you say, my scantily clad maiden.
They will never break our spirits.
My midriff-bearing hottie. My beautiful and fleshy vixen.
How long must this continue? It's hard to stay hopeful.
Scantily clad what now? Nothing, Tev. Nothing.
I heard you were responsible for destroying the Coven.
They were a bit soft in the head, were they not?
Huh. Most people would like to think that. Nothing? Yes. Nothing. Like I said.
It's disgusting. I've seen that man going in and out of the sewers.
You never can tell with those types.
Alright.
I think we may have a visitor up ahead.
What the hell's going on here?
Listen to me. I cannot talk for long. Belial's guards are constantly watching me.
Emperor Hakan.
Forgive me for my behavior at court. The gods would have killed me had I sided with you. But I will help you now as I can. You must be headed to the oasis. I can open this gate for you.
What on earth? Belial's plan.
How did this all happen?
There's little I can do. Between my advisors and the Imperial Guard, my every move and action are controlled. I've tried to fight back, but Belial's influence is strong. But now you've given me a chance. Perhaps my only chance.
And the Emperor's assistance.
How can you assist me?
You're here to kill Belial, aren't you? I can help.
As you helped me in the palace?
I can still fight in my own way. I want my empire back. I will find where Belial is hiding and deliver him to you.
And the Master of Trust.
Why
Matters
should
of
I
trust.
trust you? You tried to kill us.
I told you it was not my choice. My every move is controlled and I am surrounded by enemies. But I swear to you, I will help you. I will prove it to you.
Well, that's awfully nice. Unexpected, but nice. The ruined cistern. How beautiful.
You are defeated.
Only the most talented mages can summon skeletal guardians. It takes great power to form these tall, slim constructs from their unstable reagents, and even more power to sustain them. In the hands of a master, however, the guardians can become powerful weapons capable of defending their posts until the end of time.
Tell me of the emptiness you feel.
There are fragments of myself that are lost to me. They linger in the corners of my mind, just out of reach.
I strive to be an empty vessel, body and mind. But what you describe is something different.
Everything's okay. Don't worry. It's just undead dropping down on me.
Break beneath the endless tide.
I don't know what the people up in the city above me are doing to drop dead and reanimated corpses onto me, but evidently they're quite capable of doing so. Path to the oasis. Well, damn, I went the correct way. There's a separate path that I need to find further down into the pits. Welcome to Friday night at the club, everyone. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. Woo, my word. Man. They really do most of the,
Your strength fails.
most of the, my followers really do most of the work for me at this point. Like trying to regenerate my my spirit is a bit of a hit and miss process. I got anything that's... Oh my word, that's a lot more armor. Man, when you find the exit in a randomly generated dungeon before you've actually explored pretty much any of it.
Andariel was the only female evil. She aided the lesser evils for many years, but eventually she lost faith in their plots. 2 decades ago, she chose to help Diablo during his resurgence and seize the citadel of the Sightless Eye. Ultimately, she perished at the hands of brave heroes.
I like how, like, they never write down or decide the name of the heroes in the second game. That's very unique, because basically, like, there were 3 heroes that you could play in the first game, and they decided that, like, 2 of the 3 heroes were corrupted and they became bosses in the second game. But the one hero that they decided that you were canonically supposed to play, he was one of the king's sons, and he ended up corrupted, you know? But the heroes in the second game, they're like, nah, we're not gonna fucking bother with that. So
It is so beautiful.
Ah, yes, the Oasis. Welcome to eternity. And slaughter!
To those who doubt my achievements in research, I present my findings on the Dune Dervish. It took me many years to find the truth of these strange, deadly figures. But my sources indicate that they are the cursed remains of mages who summoned a demon far beyond their power to control.
Kind of used to the day-night cycle from Diablo 4 right now. So, like,
The gods favor me.
Aha! Hey! What do we have here? Relentless attack. You deal 20% more damage to enemies that are blind. Blind, frozen, and stunned. Determination. Each enemy within 12 yards increases your base damage by 4% up to a maximum of 20. Right now I've got... Oh no, wait, this is a totally new slot. Okay, so... I don't have to swap it out with anything else. What is this? Sixth Sense. The final test of the Serpent's form takes place in the Pit of 12 Vipers. The initiates are not told about the 13th. Reduce all non-physical damage taken by 25%. Let's do this one. That's cool. Okay, what do we have here? A new rune. Damage bonus is increased for a short duration. Increase the amount of damage dealt to attackers. Let's just stick with the older one. Fists of Thunder. I can switch back to Fists of Thunder. Fists of Thunder applies static charge to enemies. Each time an enemy with static charge gets hit by you, there is a chance that nearby enemies with static charge take lightning damage. Hey, that sounds kind of fun. Let's switch my main attack. This is not the same as what I've been doing for a while now, so... Okay, that's a collapsed bridge. That's not a ramp. color me a little bit disappointed. You know what's crazy? As good and understandably quality,
You never cease to impress me.
3 centuries ago, a much smaller Chaldeum depended upon small wells for its water. Then came the mysterious Dalgur, offering Chaldeum an oasis of unparalleled splendor, located in an area previously thought to be desert, asking only that his name be permanently affixed to the land. Then he vanished into the wastes.
how interesting. You know, as fun and interesting as this game is. Oh, right. I have to choose something here. When you take fatal damage, the Enchantress empowers you to move through time, slowing the world around you to avoid death. Aura that increases the attack speed of you and
I
the
will
Enchantress.
use it well.
Right, cool. We got what we want. Ooh, what do we have here? Identify the object by concentrating on it with your mind. Well, this looks like a bona fide upgrade to my belt. Except it's not entirely. This is extra intelligence. What I have is dexterity, and that's way more important for my build. 12% extra gold from monsters. It's basically the same. On gold pickup, gain armor for 5 seconds. That's the same. Like, this is better, but it doesn't give me the dexterity. This is probably better to give to my follower here.
Yes.
Holy mother of pearl. That's a lot of extra damage. Cold damage instead of lightning. Way more dexterity, like double dexterity. Holy moly. No question about it. Best dressed. What an achievement to have all of a sudden. Alright, cool. Anyway, as I was saying, like, as good and fun as this game is, it's like, call me crazy, but like, just the amount of loot that I have to keep track of is kind of annoying almost. Like, I would love, like, I play this game and I think to myself, man, I kind of wish I was just playing something way simpler, like Borderlands, where it was like, yeah, do apples to apples comparison for your weapons. You know, it's like handgun to handgun, assault rifle to assault rifle. And then, like, all of your armor is summed up as shield, nothing else.
Oh, thank you. I thought I was a dead man. I pick up garbage from the aqueduct so it doesn't ruin our water supply. Doesn't pay well, but I find plenty to sell. Have a look.
The world looks so different in this age.
Does it?
It is tired and heavy with sorrow.
Like, I don't know if anybody's ever, like, explored this as a topic with these style of games before, but it's basically number exhaustion. It's like, I cannot directly compare a lot of the loot that I pick up, because a lot of the loot I pick up is an apples to orange comparison, or something like that.
Help me, please! Someone help! I'm being robbed!
Quiet, or I will rip your tongue from your mouth. You fool! You think you can save this man? You have sealed your fate.
Such insolence must be punished.
The enemy has destroyed Alcarnus and most of the cultists. The Master commands us to capture more slaves immediately. Go to the oasis and abduct villagers. Kill any who resist. That way we shall both gain allies and destroy enemies.
Thank you, thank you. Those vile creatures were looting my goods. Now that you have saved me, I'd be happy to allow you the privilege of buying them instead.
Hello, hello. Holy moly. This is far preferable to what I had. What does the Enchantress have? Fire skills plus 5, 91%. We'll sell it. But yeah, it's just like so much loot to keep track of. It's the type of... Call me crazy, right? I am not afraid of inventory management. I'm not afraid of looting. But for some reason, the more I have to stare at my loot to figure out what its value is, the less interested I am in it. Is that strange?
Something lives within that corpse.
I've never seen a hive this big before.
Well, hello, Cortex. How are you doing? Greetings and welcome to the late night stream. We're not doing anything important right now. Just murdering some demons, or maybe the Hydra. They're snake-like, I know that for certain.
That must have been their queen.
You have to go to bed? You know, it was nice to have you around for just a wee bit of time there, Sans. Thank you so much for coming along for the 52 minutes that I streamed so far. So tired, gonna have a long 2 days ahead of me. Okay, so like, would you be so kind as to explain to me why it's specifically 2 days? Because I don't know what about the next 2 days. Like, why is it measured in 2 days? Is it because 3 days is too long and 1 day is too short? Or is it because you have to work for the next 2 days before you get a day off or something? I'm imagining that that's it. Why, hello, Sarah. Or Sarah. Sarah, how are you doing? Greetings to the late night stream. Midnight in the Grindhouse, also known as Saturday night at the club. Welcome. You just woke up? Well, congratulations. I haven't done my fancy pants dance yet, so, you know, you've yet to get the best part of the stream.
The gods struck through me!
We work tomorrow, and I never work on Sundays, and then on Monday. I gotta drive down to Res for funeral. This is coming off of a 6-day work week. Holy moly.
This fight is over!
That's a nasty hand to be dealt. That is super rough, and I only wish you the absolute best in getting through that. Man, oh man. You know what? Kick your feet up, relax, enjoy yourself for the brief time that you are able to hang out. And, you know, don't forget to get some good sleep as well.
You can defeat this monster.
I need spirit. Your strength fails! Destroying the shrine will end the demon's ritual. Ha! A vicious strike!
Ooh. Transmog? What the fuck is a transmog? And what are its pronouns? It's the grandma on my dad's side, and since I mentioned a res, I kind of makes it obvious I'm part native. Oh, this is interesting. I'm always fascinated by these things. I know so many Native Americans. Many of them prefer to be called Indians, interestingly enough. Not for me to judge, or to just to accept. I'm always interested in like what it means to be.
I feel like you are my elder brother. Is that wrong?
No, but do not ask me to give you advice about men.
I was not. That is. Well, I do not know what to say.
Oh my god, my favorite follower for this exact reason. Way more entertaining whenever she's just oh man, I love it. I love it. No, Cortex, I'm very curious about your background, if you're comfortable sharing, like what you mean by native and everything, you know. Oh my god, these do so much damage. 65. Holy shit. Poison damage. Reduce all resource costs by 5%. Increase spirit regeneration. Oh my god. Go ahead and swap that out. Hey, Akira Storm, how are you? Greetings and welcome to the stream. How are you doing? I prefer native since when one says Indian, in my mind, it makes me think of India. And that's just it. It's always been different from one person to the next. Like, how to put it? Like, I don't want to use the phrase... Some people say it's like, oh, you're totally colorblind, and I don't really like that phrase, but so unbelievably frequently I have spoken with so many people where I live, and they're like, no, I'm with, this tribe, and I'm like, wait. you're Native American? And I was like, yeah, it should be obvious. And I was like, well, I couldn't freaking tell. And it doesn't mean anything to me at the end of the day. Because, I mean, you are who you are, right? I judge a person based on how they act more than anything else. So, like, whenever I find out that anybody, like, has some sort of heritage like that, I'm legitimately surprised and I'm curious, you know, like...
My respects.
I don't know what I'm curious of, but I'm curious, basically. What can I say? Like, whenever you grow up to be as generic white dude as possible, which is definitely me, the concept of, you know, having a different type of heritage is just interesting. Despite the fact that I've grown up around so much of it my entire life. I think most of that comes out of the fact that I'm... You know, if I had to say something about myself, I would say that I am a socially unaware individual. My tribe is Parker, and while I can never remember how to spell the native name, it's called the Colorado River Indian Tribe, or CRIT. Oh, crit! Oh, man. I mean, that's kind of badass for the acronym to be crit. I don't know, just be bike. Yes.
This
yes.
is the sort of place where one might hide Zoltan Kuhl's head.
You almost wouldn't be able to tell with me, other than my dad. I think I'm the palest Native American you've ever seen. I mean, what was it? I believe that the phrasing that I've seemed to recall having heard more than once was, it's not about who you were born of, it was more about who you were raised by, I think was the phrasing I've heard before. Obviously, don't quote me on that, but... Alrighty. Oh, man. Oh, man.
You will not enter the aqueducts. Lord Belial demands your blood.
And then I immediately roll over him. No, I mean, I'm a physically pale motherfucker. Well, no, I totally get that, but it's, I don't remember where I heard it, but... Danger Noodle obliterated my word.
Rumors swirl that the Crusaders have returned, and that they mean to go to the west. But who are these tall, blonde warriors? They look nothing like the Crusaders who set out from Travincal 200 years ago. And those who inhabit the ruins of that ancient city suspect trickery.
All I'm saying is that, like, I recall hearing that it was like, what mattered was that you were raised by people within a tribe and not necessarily that you had a particular bloodline. That is what I seem to recall hearing. I don't know if it's true. I'm very jealous of my siblings since they are a fair bit tanner than I am, which is strange considering how much time I spend in the sun compared to them. Really? I'm lucky. I don't burn to a crisp the minute that UV rays hit me, but, I've fallen in love with a woman who, can't barely, glance at sunlight without burning to a crisp. I don't know if that counts for anything, but it's true. Also, Akira Storm, my significant condolences to your need to, you know, get that type of dental work done. Best of luck to you. Never raised on a res. Raised more or less in Phoenix. Really? He's a vampire. What do you expect?
Belial has been watching you since you arrived. There are traces of his magic everywhere.
I'm sadly having to wait for a month. Ooh, woof. When you're in a position where you like a root canal is necessary, that is no joke having to wait for a month on something like that. I knew someone at my job who had to get a root canal, and she was like, it was the best thing she ever got because it fixed so much of her trouble, but like the anxiety over having to get one was just, ugh. Can't see it, but on the map, like this little space that I'm standing in is a nice little dingle donger. Spiders. Yes, spiders. Actually, they remind me of antlions from Half-Life 2. God, that's an old game at this point, Half-Life 2. I'm gonna have to take a break. My spicy water's almost gone. I put an enormous frickin' ice cube in here, and it's almost completely melted as well. I should play. The boyfriend has been begging me to. Okay, are you specifically talking about like playing Diablo 3? Because you could do worse. Diablo 3 is a perfectly fine game to play. Oh, and I don't know if it works the world over, but Blizzard is in the middle of their spring sale, so it's kind of cheap right now. Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2. Okay. So, Sarah, the best way that I could describe Half-Life 2 to you is that if you've played first-person shooters before, Half-Life 2, at this day and age, will probably come off as super, super basic, okay? That's the best way to put it. And the reason for that is that Half-Life 2 basically pioneered a lot of stuff that most first-person shooters did. Like, the first Half-Life pioneered a lot of stuff that other first-person shooters incorporated into being basic mechanics. And then Half-Life 2 turned around and did it again years later. So, like, it's a little bit like understanding that it's like, no, this is a very important game in regards to the development of first-person shooters as a whole. And if you go into it understanding that, it has more value. And that's pretty much the gist of it. Also, the game can still be obscenely difficult. So, never played first-person shooters because it's not my kind of game, so it will probably be new to me. Really? Well, hot damn. This is what I want to say. You know how games have physics engines? Half-Life 2 was legitimately the first ever game with a physics engine. No physics existed in video games before Half-Life 2, so they lean heavily on the fact that they put it in the game. I'm a barbarian at heart. I like to smash people as close as possible. The hospital that we used to go to as a kid was called Phoenix Indian Medical Center, and I got a funny story that revolves around that I may have told before. Really? Please, continue. Tell your story, my friend. As I drink out of this glass, this like short glass, I feel like I should have a big old stogie in my other hand, just, you know, puffing on it. Only because I remember seeing that a whole lot as I was a kid. So wait, Sarah, if you're a barbarian at heart, does that mean that ooh. It's a total upgrade. Tempest Rush. We're switching back to Tempest Rush. If you're a barbarian at heart,
mention what a bore you can be.
I thank you so much, Enchantress. If you're a barbarian at heart, does that mean in like 7 Days to Die you're always playing a strength build? Oh my god. I'm not sure what that means. Well, barbarians get like super up close and personal and they smack things with like a club.
I recently met a returning crusader. Now I understand. Each crusader took an apprentice. When a crusader fell, his apprentice would take up his armor, his place in the order, and even his very name. When the first generation of crusaders fell, their own apprentices took up their identities. And so it has continued for 200 years.
Strength build? Yes. Yes, I said strength build. Woo! Woohoo! Punch and smash. Ooh, make punch smash. Open that damn radiant chest. Give me all the goodies inside. Jeebus Creepus. I just replaced my shoulder pad, I think. No, I replaced my bracer.
Why do you laugh?
I just recalled something the Prophet said about you.
What was that?
Oh, nothing.
Then probably yes, I just like to hit stuff hard. God. Fire resist, regenerate 4 life. I'm gonna have to swap them. Yeah, there we go. Okay. My God, holy crap! It's a huge freaking boost. Rare shoulders. Dexterity is a major boost. Vitality as well. Regeneration. Cyclone strike damage. Okay, we'll equip that. 80. Ah, she's got something better on. Cyclone strike. What's the cyclone strike ability? Nope. Nope. Oh. Okay, interesting. Your mystic ally splits into multiple allies that explode. Ooh, that sounds fun. Mana retribution. I don't know that I care about this ability. I'm just kind of like equipping things without knowing what I'm doing. So after going with my dad and sister to his doctor's appointment one day, we were in the place called Luke's for lunch. It was where I was wearing Heelys at the time. Anybody who doesn't know, Heelys are wherever they are when they're like spinning wheels inside of the heel of the shoe. It's a very popular, well, it was a popular kid thing. And we were walking to the building. I broke my leg trying to skate. Oh no. Now here's the part I find funny. Luke's was right across the hospital, but my dad takes me all the way home so my mom can check me out, even though I'm screaming that I broke my leg. Weirdly enough, my sister said to not wear them since she had a bad feeling about them that day. Oh my god. That is... Okay, I'm sorry, Cortex, but that is peak dad energy. Like, that is a very particular type of dad energy that I recognize. It's just like, the kid's fine. He's just making a bunch of noise. Don't worry about it. Like, I will never forget the kid in my Spanish class in high school who, his father, he broke his leg and his father told him to walk it off. Like, it makes for, like, it's fucked up in the moment, right? But it's absolutely hilarious as a story after the fact. It makes for...
Such a creature.
It's one hell of an anecdote.
May their corpses rot here forever.
Popping in to say goodnight. Hey, have a good night too, Darkwing. Did you ever break something? No, actually. I belong to that one particular subreddit, Never Broke a Bone. And that's mostly because I am milquetoast as fuck, super white, and scared of getting myself hurt. So I'm like, I don't know, man, that roller coaster seems a little bit dangerous. I don't think I'll get on it. Like, that's the level of milquetoast that I am, right? Whenever I can, I'll give him shit about it. God. I was going to buy the Primeval of Diablo II, but wasn't sure if I wanted to get it. Hope you're doing good with QND chat. Indeed. So, I'm not gonna lie, like, the game, the Diablo 3 the Diablo 3 remake is super fucking tempting. Or 2. The Diablo 2 remake is super tempting. I don't have the budget to buy it. Like, I've got 3 different $70 titles that I have to be ready for this. I have 3 different games that I have to be ready to buy. It's Tears of the Kingdom in May, and then I don't remember when Final Fantasy 16 comes out. It might also be in May, but it's Zelda, then Final Fantasy, and then Starfield later this year. So I have to have the budget for all of those. And I'm like, you know, I'm not making as much money as I used to, so I better start budgeting this. And games are $70 a pop now, so I have to be ready for it. I broke my leg, my left hand twice, and had 1 surgery on the left. I remember meeting a guy in my typing class in high school who was like, yeah, I got a steel rod and 2 pins in this arm here. And he was like, it had something to do with a dirt bike accident or whatever. Never really talked to the guy, but he really, like, he touted it like it was some big, impressive feat. What do you think this is, chat? I think this might be something. I'm not much for ASMR, but every once in a while, you know, you do something. What am I doing? I don't need to put that cap back on it. It is a cap on the bottle. May be able to exchange it for goods at traders. Touche. Touche. Oh no, I forgot to disable squats. Oh dear. Let's just shut those off. Let's just go in and shut those off. Fuck. No. Stop, chat. You're not supposed to. Gonna reject those, and so you can get your points back. Ooh, whoops. There are other things to spend your points on. Like there's the flag back here. There's the pants on the wall. There are always S words that you can redeem. And hey, if you're not interested in the things that I can put on the wall right now, there are always things that you can go ahead and buy off of the wish list, which are novelty representations for the back wall. Like, what is it? One of the things that I can't believe I was convinced to put on the list that we'll see whether or not it will ever actually come to pass is a pair of underwear that say, "Yes, Daddy." That's a thing. You already changed them today? Well, I know that you changed them, but whenever it's, you know, like a hot and heavy day, you have to change them more than once sometimes. God, I'm so sorry. Tevla just redeemed Say S word. Your S word for this evening, Tevla, is sanctimonious. I don't know why it's sanctimonious, but it was the first S word that just popped into my head. So there you go. You like, I gave it to you. I gave it to you. So, oh my word. Okay, so, Akira, you have redeemed, change the flag. So, your options here. Let's see. Your options. We don't have many options. We don't have many options. You have two options, okay? Akira, do you want either the flag of the new California Republic from Fallout, or would you prefer the trans flag? A or B, it doesn't really matter which one. Cheers. Fallout? Fallout it is then. Fallout it is. Weren't you going to get a flag that was just basically a big pair of boxers? That is one of the things on the wish list. I was specifically, I specifically had chat go into a competition to decide what the print on them was supposed to be. I think there was like, one of them was like polka dot bloomers. Another one was like leopard print. And I think what won out was rubber ducks. if you want to see what won out, it's like exclamation gift, I think, to get there. But it's available. It's available for you to potentially, you know, add to the collection of things amongst the many pairs of underpants that can be put up on the wall as well. The room has suddenly become 75% more straight. Sarah, explain to me why it is 25% not straight. I need indication. I need clarification here. Oh yeah, I remember voting for that. I was really trying for the leopard print. I remember that Ace was in the chat, and I enabled, like, points voting. And Ace evidently has tons of points. And they were like, yeah, the leopard print is going to win. I have so many points. Don't even question me. And then they got, like, distracted by something somebody else said and forgot to vote enough. So... all right. Let's return to the game. Look, it's a chest. It's a radiant chest. Holy moly, is that ever a radiant chest?
I must lessen my burden.
Freaking hell, you gotta be kidding me. All right.
I am returning to town.
Only one thing to do. Let's go back. What's the matter, Tev? Did you not like that I used the word sanctimonious whenever you redeemed say S word?
New goods today. Please look. You won't be disappointed.
Whoops.
This is difficult. Everything worth doing is.
That shopkeeper sounded like Trace. Wait, what? Ah, she's not talking. Damn. The panties count as 15%. The rest is on you. Why do my panties count as gay? Why on earth do my panties... Well, not necessarily gay, but not straight. Let's put it that way. I'm watching you, Sarah. How dare you? You insult my honor.
Victory!
It can be straight, but it's definitely queer too. How dare you? thank you so much for... Holy moly, that's, Ooh, dear!
I must wait to use that ability.
That was inspiring.
Hey, Akira Storm, thank you so much for the cheer. 1,000 bits. Holy moly, that's a lot of bits. I missed this game, but I need to head off. My meds are going to hit me soon, and I don't need to be drooling on my keys. You enjoy the rest of your evening, Akira Storm. Thank you so much for the cheer. Thank you so much for the point redemptions, etc. You sleep well and enjoy the rest of your evening. Catch you later. Some gayness needs to stay in here. I mean, I could get pretty significantly pride. I could, like, you know, wear a fishnet shirt and pasties to cover my nipples, just so I'd remain Twitch terms appropriate. And you know, in the process, obviously, I would make people so wildly uncomfortable. But I guess you're right. Me and my panties are very queer. That shouldn't be surprising to anyone. Ooh. Oh. We've hit the end of the line. Didn't really expect that to be the case. Gonna head off myself. Have a good night, y'all. Hey, it was nice to have you along for the ride there, Cortex. Enjoy the rest of your evening. See you later. Wear my gift and get instantly destroyed by Twitch. Yes, yes, this would absolutely be true. Which is unfortunate.
Oh my.
Today, the hunters become the hunted.
And it's a shame, too, because the gift that you got me is quite nice. I enjoy it. I mean, at least it will always live forever in the pictures that you can take a look at.
The gods favor me.
I leveled up again. I've got to remember to, I'm glad it's nice. I mean, let's get something straight. Like, it was straight. There's nothing straight about it. It was a spicy thing to purchase, which is not uncommon in regards to my, the gifts that I receive. And I think that the spicy stuff is very, I think that the spicy stuff is fun, you know? It serves a bit, like, there's no questioning what the rhyme or the reason for, like, getting that stuff for gift is.
Please help as many of the villagers here as you can. There are no others who will aid them.
We are in agreement. Kul, the renegade, must be stopped. He seeks to duplicate the power of the stones and wield it for his own ends. He is obsessed with the powers of heaven and hell. Drawing their attention will only bring doom to us all.
Not all dangerous demons are large and imposing. The dust imps are little more than children in size, but they possess the cunning and bloodlust of far larger creatures. They take cover in the shadows, emerging only when viable prey wanders too close. Then they ambush, leaving little more than bones behind them.
Not enough spirit. The gods strike through me!
Cower before us!
You're just committed to the bit? Well, I'm happy that that's the case. You're committed to the bit. I'm committed to showing you my bits. I have to remember to, if the helms ever come back through, they need to see the, the pictures because they were responsible for the tiny piece that was underneath the mesh bodysuit. If I get called for a work this May, I'll celebrate by getting you something off the wish list. Whatever you say, whatever you say. I never want anybody to feel like they're obligated to get things off of that list. Like, that's, like, the whole point of the list is the fact that everybody, the things on that list are suggested by the audience. It is by the audience and for the audience, and that is the whole point of it. So... But yes, if by some chance the helms show up again, I'm gonna have to give them thanks because they're responsible for part of what showed up in that picture. So you don't feel obligated? That's good. That's good. I mean, this is just kind of part of my personality. It's like, hey, I've set up this wish list thing. And you guys suggest what go on it. Now, let me tell you about it, and at the same time, try to talk you out of buying anything off of it. That's my MO in a lot of ways. It's like as an entertainer, like I have to do these things. I have to be like, hey, please subscribe, please tip. Like I do actually rely on the money that comes in from it, but at the same time, I don't. God, I hate asking for money. You know. I'm very self-indulgent with things for myself, and for myself counts as getting gifts for others. Well done.
Look, just over there. I never imagined such a creature.
I mean, it was like the best $5 US you've ever spent on getting, anyway. So. Woohoo. Alright. Thoroughly and completely murderized.
You are defeated.
Being an entertainer is a conflicting experience for me, you know? Like, I am, in general, a pretty modest person. And the concept of being like, hey, look at me, I am, you know, worth looking at, and my antics are like, entertaining in this way, or whatever. That's kind of
feel the wrath of Yitar.
That's like the opposite of the type of person that I am, you know? And yet, like, it's super important to, like, as an entertainer, like, you get two routes as an entertainer, okay? You either end up sponsored and you're hawking other people's wares, essentially. It's like, oh, check it out. Raid Shadow Legends. You should totally, like, spend money on it. You know, type of trash. Or, So you either do that, or you don't do that, and instead you're like, hey, would you, like, mind...
That ability is not yet recharged.
Would you mind, like, giving me a few dollars because, like, it really, really counts for me? Like, you get those two different routes, and I am good at neither of them. Alright, looks like we found the head of Zoltan Pool.
We set out in 1 week's time, into the desolate sands, to search for Kul's hidden archives. None of us have any idea what to expect. How far has Kul's madness driven him? How much power has he accumulated in his mad quest? I can only hope we are not too late.
It's a complicated business? I mean, that's definitely one way to put it.
These deserts are so empty.
You sound troubled.
No. There is an emptiness within me as well.
Juriel is the twin of Andariel. I believe that they conspired together to assist Diablo in releasing Mephisto and Baal, though they had both supported the lesser evils in the past. The Lord of Pain was found guarding Baal's prison, the tomb of Tal Rasha, when he was slain by heroes.
But yes, you are right. It is a bit of a complicated business. Like, especially if you don't want to be in the business of, like, asking for money. I'm really weird about that. Like, asking for money is something that I'm not altogether comfortable doing. Maybe that's just my, like... I don't know. I'm from the Midwestern America. And there's just this attitude of, like, not wanting to interrupt or disturb people. That is, in general, a component of coming from the Midwest. Maybe that's me talking in too broad of strokes, but that's definitely my attitude. Trying not to be noticed is something that I've done pretty much my entire life, and YouTube and Twitch here is one of the very few places where that's not the way that I'm supposed to be acting. In most other places, it very much so behooves me to try and remain unnoticed, you know? Alright. Holy moly, that's way better. So like I cannot sufficiently express how thankful I am every single time. Like it's even to such a degree that like every single time I get support in the form of like a subscription or, you know, a donation or any type of support really, I'm incredibly thankful for it. But at the exact same time, like that attitude of like, oh, well, like I have to minimize this. I have to just like not let it be a big thing, comes back to me, you know.
Hey, mister, I got some new things. You should take a look.
And you know, like that can cut back against me, where it's like you're not paying enough attention to the people who are actually supporting you.
If you keep holding back, then you'll never improve. It is time. Leah, cast the spell as I taught you.
I live again.
Zoltan Kuhl. We need you to activate the Black Soul Stone. We would use it to trap the last two Lords of Hell.
I know your voice, stranger. It has haunted me in death, just as it commanded me in life. Tyrael.
I am, but now mortal.
Fate is whimsical.
The Lord of Lies.
Have you met Belial in combat before? Not openly. He was never one to lead an army. Always in the shadows, much like his mentor Mephisto. He wields intrigue and artifice as proficiently as you wield your weapons.
Remembering Deckard.
I miss Uncle Deckard so much. It's hard going on without him.
You carry on his work. He would be proud of you.
Thank you. I'm going to get back to my research.
My word. Ease your mind a bit. You deserve the support. Sarah, that's really not necessary, but thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you. I really do mean it. Every little bit helps. Thank you so very, very much. Motives.
After surviving the devastation in Tristram all those years ago, I swore vengeance upon Diablo and his ilk. I've sacrificed everything for it. This is my path, and I will follow it through to its bloody end.
And your daughter?
You know that Leah admires you.
She has a kind heart.
And that is good, is it not?
Kindness will not help us survive in these dark times.
And what of Belial and the Soulstone?
The Lord of Lies is cunning. He wears many masks to hide his shifting nature from us. But we will have an advantage over him. The Black Soulstone. Belial fears its power, for Soulstones have bested his siblings in the past, and he could be imprisoned as well.
What time is it over there? We are at 2:45 in the morning. And the only reason I'm streaming now is because, like, I got home from doing grocery shopping and stuff, and promptly took a 4-hour nap. So...
I will give you the Black Soul Stone, but in exchange, I must be made whole once again.
You were treacherous before. How do I know you won't be an even greater threat once you've been fully revived?
You don't. So you must ask yourself, how much would you risk to save this wretched world?
Everything.
So be it. To begin, You will need to retrieve my blood from the dungeons where it has been hidden away. You will find them in the desolate sands beyond the aqueducts.
I'm going to go with you. We should bring Cool's head with us. Maybe he'll have something useful to say. I'll put him in your bag.
Oh, thank you.
Ooh la la.
Sarah just resubscribed for 5 months. More Strife support. Sarah. My word. Thank you. Thank you. I really do mean it. Okay, let's talk with the scoundrel again. First love.
Have you never truly loved a woman?
Ah, yes. The unreasonable one I spoke of earlier. I loved her with every inch of my heart before it went black as coal.
What was her fate?
Well, she did what all unreasonable women do. Married the wrong man.
You couldn't convince her otherwise?
It wouldn't have been easy. He was my brother.
That's a complicating factor. The woman he fell in love with married his brother.
You're an interesting one, aren't you? I wonder if your friends know what you truly are.
Speak plainly, wizard. What do you mean?
Oh, all will be revealed in time.
This
I
cannot
can
be
open
opened
this
yet.
gate for you.
Now I can do this. Sarah. Well, enjoy yourself with all of the wondrous emotes that you can make use of now.
Emperor Hakan?
No time for pleasantries. I think I may have uncovered Bilal's assumed identity. I'm very close. But here's what you need to know. To find Cool's blood, you'll need to get through the aqueducts. There are 2 levers that control the entrance beneath the waterfall.
Belial's identity.
Have you located Belial?
Not yet, but I have some ideas. It is difficult. I have many advisors and other attendants close to me day and night. I will find him.
How'd you get here?
How are you able to appear before us?
They keep a close watch on me. I can't leave the palace. I stole an amulet from the Vizera ambassador. I saw him use it before. But I don't have much time. You need to find the stone. Leave Bilal to me.
He did not really answer your question. Who are?
This place reeks of demons. We must be wary.
It's Belial. So long as he lives, all of Chaldean is under siege. Uncle Deckard theorized that the demon lords leave demons in their wake, much like us leaving footprints.
Do you believe that?
Yes. The more I study my uncle's books, the more I realize that even I took his wisdom for granted.
Take care. These passages are full of traps.
Strife, I want to draw something for warm-up. You want to give me a suggestion? Draw either you or Tev, but have no ideas. Okay. I have one simple question. Well, okay, 2 simple questions.
I miss searching for lost artifacts with Uncle Deckard, even though it did have its dangerous side. I can't tell you how many times I had to drag him away from an army of skeletons because he was fixated on some dusty old tapestry.
Okay, so oh my god, there's so many things. Here are 2 questions for you. Sara.
Break beneath the endless tide.
Do you, blah, blah, blah. Spicy or not spicy? And can there be multiple people in it? Because, like, if you're like, Strife or Tev, what about both at the same time? But if, like, you add 2 people into it and it, like, that complicates a doodle or an artistic work, I understand how that works if you're just trying to warm up. You can try. There can be more people and it can be spicy if you want. Alright, alright. So. This is what I'm gonna propose. So you know how in particular types of media, 2 people would get into some big sword fight? So, imagine that Strife and Tev are at the very end of one of those dramatic, like, sword fights with rapiers. Right? Like the small, thin fencing blade. And, they have each other pinned. Like, one has a blade tip at the throat, and the other one has a blade tip at the heart, and, like, their clothing is, like, slashed in, you know, like, that oh-so-sexy way, and it's just like, oh, you found yourselves in a compromising position where it's a draw. That's it. Not too spicy, just thirsty enough to really be enticing, if you know what I mean.
The rotting corpses are piled high in here. That was it. My strides grow longer.
A powerful enemy we have laid low.
It's my kind of thirst. Yes, yes, yes. Well, enjoy creating it there. Regardless of how simple or complex you decide to create it.
The Chaldean aqueducts were created by order of the Trade Consortium Council after the Dulgar Oasis was discovered 3 centuries ago. Though Chaldeum had been prosperous for many years, a reliable source of water allowed the city to grow even further. Luxurious public fountains were built to provide safe drinking water for everyone.
And to all the other wonderful viewers hanging out right now, welcome to the stream.
To explore the great library of Chaldeum when this is all over.
You sound like your uncle.
Maybe, but they got to have books on the Black Soul Stone in Asmodan. Something that will help me understand his theories.
I'll see what comes out. Oh, well, I mean, that's what many of my clients say whenever I'm working at the club on Friday night. Friday night. Okay, so that's the exit there. a thorough and sudden stutter I had there. I don't know what to say. Whew, that's a strong drink right there. Some very spicy water. And to those of you who are just hanging out in chat and not really saying too much, welcome. Welcome. I hope that you're enjoying yourself. To all the lurkers out there who lurk your best lurk on a late Saturday night, welcome. And I hope that you're having a good time. Went all the way back for basically instantaneous dead ends. That's the way the dungeon design works in this game.
I see the lever.
Excuse me? It's not lever, it's lever?
That's one lever down.
Again, lever, not lever.
I think we were meant to come this way. Perhaps someone waits for us down here?
It is not ready yet.
You know what I realized I probably should have done ages ago? So you guys know all about like the hundo donation and everything. I promise I'm not trying to shelter myself right now.
The philosopher Cadus said, if you want to know the truth of a city, you need look no further than the state of its infrastructure.
Then Chaldeum was founded on filth and rot?
Yes, and built on secrets.
So anyways, you guys know about like the hundo donation perk, I'm assuming. It only now occurs to me that I probably should have like made a list of people whom like actually were willing to spend that type of money. It was just like, okay, yeah, you go up on a list of people who've like got that level of dedication or something. Not necessarily to be published, but just like to say, yes, there. Well, I mean, I suppose I could still do it this way, saying, yes, you have done this thing, you know? Yeah, might as well. The Hall of Fame. Yes, exactly. Or thirst. Yeah, well, I mean, the like, how is there a word similar to fame that basically communicates thirst? Like they like the obvious like alternative for not similar reasons, but it's like, oh, you aren't part of the Hall of Fame, you're part of the Hall of Shame. But I don't want to say Hall of Shame. So like what would be a rhyming word, but I don't know one. I'm a native English speaker and I don't know one.
We must stop him for our master!
Balal must really want you.
Not enough spirit.
Okay, hold on. I've got a burning question, and Google might be able to answer it. Words that rhyme with fame. Words that rhyme with fame. Same. Came. Oh my. Name. Became. Game. Claim. Fame. Aim. Blame. Shame. Frame. Dame. Tame. Lame. Acclaim. Aflame. Maim. The same. In name. Reclaim. Rename. Exclaim. Aim. In game. Yeah, there's not much here. Like, it's a long list, but less and less and less of it is valuable. The Wall of Gain. Such a good game. Oh, man. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I mean, it's like the Wall of Came.
Treasure.
Unless you don't call it the Hall of Fame at all. No, it's the Wall of Came, because, you know, the sexual connotations there. I mean, I suppose if I wanted to make it a little bit less sexual, if I wanted to make it a little bit less sexual, I could call it the Wall of Gain, because you gained like a title or a status or something, which wouldn't be much different than just calling it the Wall of Fame. What I find particularly interesting is that the hundo donation rules was still in effect whenever I was doing charity this past holiday season for Christmas, and like people donated hundos during that stream, during the charity stream, without knowing what a hundo donation would do.
Do not fret. As long as they attack, we can be certain that Belial's minions do not have the blood either.
Just like, wait, what does a hundo do? And I was like, okay, well, I'll explain it, and I'll make it clear that if you're not okay with this, then we won't do it. But and let's be honest, like, hundo donations towards charity is always better than hundo donations straight into my pocket. Getting me to take my underpants off and just throw them up on the wall is okay for some people, but doing it for charity is always better than just padding my pockets. That's when you learned what it did? Wait, did you make a hundo donation, or did you see somebody else do a hundo? Saw someone do it. So I guess this is my question then. What was your...
There! Pull that lever.
That passage should lead to the Desolate Sands.
A secret door hidden behind a waterfall. How imaginative.
You would do better?
You shall see when we get to my archives.
I can't believe he stuck me in a barrel. Really, it's quite uncomfortable in here. This wouldn't be quite so bad if I could turn around. Wait a minute. Are you still alive out there? Or is it the monsters? Oh, say yes if you are. Or you could clap.
Thank you for releasing me. It was getting a little boring in there. I am seeking a magic crucible that legend says was hidden in these very aqueducts. It would be a valuable addition to my jeweler's tools. Help me find it, and I will be greatly indebted to you.
Whatever you say, Shen.
Oh, how rude of me. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Covetous Shen.
Your name is Covetous?
Covetous Shen.
That's right. You don't get the Jewel Crafter until you reach this point. I completely forgot about this detail. My reaction was, well, that's something I could save up for. JK, I thought it was funny.
A traveling companion than my last one. I can't imagine why my young partner bashed me over the head and sealed me in there. This place is quite dangerous without a knowledgeable guide.
You run into danger like one seeking death, old man.
And yet, I'm still alive. Life is full of mysteries, isn't it?
And you thought I was off.
No, trust me, I will never...
What a fascinating place this is. Oh, look at all this wonderful architecture. You could walk all the way around the world and never find its like. Except for this part. I've seen this somewhere else before.
God, Covetous Shen. I mean, don't make my humble side come through there, Sarah. If you say that, like, donating $100 to me for the possibility of, like, the reward is worth saving up for, then I'll tell you that
where my young guide got off to. His name was Gavin, I believe. Yes, that was it. Nice young fellow. He must still be around here also. Or perhaps he got lost. No, we're not lost, are we?
God, he's very talkative. But if anybody said that, like, saving up to...
it was actually quite an interesting experience to be locked up in a barrel. I had a lot of time to think to myself. It was a little uncomfortable, though.
He'll stop talking eventually, and I'll be able to say something. As it stands, trying to have a extended train of thought is just not reasonable right now. This Covetous Shen will have another, like, tidbit of information.
Fellow, that young Gavin. Yes, he was so willing to show an old man around the desert. And his company only cost me a small bag of gold per day. He hardly complained about anything. Always a smile on his face. I hope the crucible is in here somewhere. Would we not know that we didn't find something that was never here in the first place?
Oh man, I forgot the artisans all had their own missions.
Crucible! crucible. It's mine.
Be careful, Gavin. It might be cursed. Dear, I did warn him. The crucible should be safe now. Pick it up. Pick it up. Poor young man. If I had known the crucible was cursed, I never would have brought him along. If you come see me in Chaldeum, I can show you how the crucible can combine jewel fragments. Well, you know, I've been searching for a certain jewel for a long, long time. I'm in no rush. But maybe if I go with you, I'll find it just like I found this crucible. May I come with you on your journey and make glorious jewelry for you?
Yes, that would be good. Now, let us go.
Oh, the way out is just a little farther. I am starving. Do you think we'll find any good food down here?
Nothing I would advise you to eat.
Such pessimism from one so young. Hoping for the best never disappoints.
God. Alright, so we finished exploring this place. Let's go ahead and pop out. Oh man, really?
Even though I haven't been here for years, I'll always think of Chaldeum as home.
That makes sense. You were a child here.
It's more than that. This is where I first met Uncle Deckard. I really miss him. You go on ahead. I'm going back to town. I need to learn the spell needed to restore Cool's body. I'll meet you when you get to the archives.
Probably stands to
You
reason.
and I are the same. But those others, the fallen angel, the witch, they're using you for their own ends. You choose to be their puppet. Yet the power of your birthright could make you a god.
Striving for godhood got your head separated from your body, Cool.
There's no need to be snide. Soon enough, I'll walk this world again. Then I'll show you what a Nephilim can achieve.
Such a fun individual.
New goods today. Please look. You won't be disappointed.
But if anyone was legitimately like, hey, I can save up for that, I would immediately tell them, hey, you know, there are better ways to spend your money than on me. Which obviously is to my detriment, but still, I can't bring myself to not, like, legitimately tell people to spend money on me. Because there are far better ways to spend your money than on me. Turns out drawing fights is difficult even more when they're hot. Oh no. Did I like basically not give you, excuse me. Did I not give you a warm-up? I like gave you the main course right away. A little, but 'tis my job to find a workaround. Oh my. Well, I mean, hey, I wish you the absolute best in that regard.
You, scoundrel, have you seen my amulet?
Never.
You've never seen it?
No. And I've never seen your dagger either.
My dagger? Why, it's missing too!
I will never not be entertained by their interactions.
My mother has been teaching me magic and how to control my power, but I feel like I'm constantly disappointing her. She says that I have a gift, but it doesn't feel that way. Maybe it will improve if I keep practicing. For now, we are getting closer to the Black Soul Stone, and that's what really matters.
This fight is going to get a lot less balanced. You're getting your ass kicked by Teb. Wait, what? That's not fair. That's the definition of unfair. Why would you do such a terrible thing? Why would you make me get my ass... Why would you hand my ass to me by... Ugh, Tev. Yay. I mean, between the just immortal guy and the immortal vampire of the two, I think the vampire is the one able to kick more ass. Wait a minute, what the fuck does that even mean? Just the immortal guy and the immortal like, being a freaking vampire and being immortal is more impressive than just being immortal. I am so insulted. How dare you? Take your money back, Sarah. I don't need it anymore. That's not true. Please don't take your money back. I don't think you can.
My archives lie beneath this desert. Perhaps even beneath the sands we now tread upon. The Horadrim could not destroy them. They could only lock the door behind them. And I still have the keys.
Mr. Strife salty he didn't get super straight when he accidentally made himself immortal. Ugh. You disgust me.
We, the Zakarum, have endeavored to make Chaldeum a city of mercy and salvation, but we have not yet been able to convince the emperors to change the ancient policy of exile. Prisoners convicted of treason are still sent to the desolate sands to die with nothing but the clothes on their backs. In thousands of years of records, I cannot find a single account of a prisoner surviving exile to the desolate sands. The wastes are littered with bones that have been picked dry by the endlessly circling bloodhawks or desperate lacuni. Those who die there meet their end without the sanctity of the light.
You know, I am really, truly thankful that I live in the days that we exist in. Like, this modern age is absolutely incredible. Sure, we've got our own pretty extraordinary challenges that we have to face, but every generation has that. But I'm thinking about the fact that international shipping and imports exist as such as they do, that I can enjoy myself a beverage like this, which a generation or two ago would have been freaking impossible to find.
During the Mage Clan Wars, the Viserai summoned giant demons to guard their estates. After years of patrolling the desert sands, the demons' hides became thick as stone and caked with grit. In the end, they have outlived their masters. Now, only the glowing runes on their skulls belie their true...
Some of my blood is within that cave. I can feel it.
During the Mage Clan Wars, the Viserai summoned giant demons to guard their estates. After years of patrolling the desert sands, the demons' hides became thick as stone and caked with grit. In the end, they have outlived their masters. Now, only the glowing runes on their skulls belie their true origins.
The pall of silence lays heavily here.
Pall of silence. I don't think that I've heard that word in... Alright. Pall. P-A-L-L. To lose strength or effectiveness. To lose interest or attraction. Dwindle. To become... to cause to become inspired. Transitive verb. Oh, intransitive versus a transitive verb. Huh. How fascinating. Do you like animatics? They're alright. They're not bad. Animatic is one of those, like, few phrases, or, well, it's a term. How to put it? Like, I remember being young and having a VHS tape of animatics, and it was what I came to see it as was cheap animation. Okay.
This fight is over.
There is a powerful foe over there.
Now that being said, I totally understand that like animatics are special and unique within themselves.
A most
And
thrilling battle.
they can be done well. What I will never forget is that that particular VHS tape was not full of particularly well animated material done back in the early 90s. And what qualifies as an animatic is quite different compared to what qualified as an animatic back then. Automation and computers have helped things along significantly. So I guess the first thing I have to say is I can't give you a straight answer. Mostly because I don't know how to define an animatic based on what an animatic would be these days. VHS of animatics? That sounds odd. Yes. So like what I remember was that, you know, it's the 90s. You gotta catch cartoons whenever, you've got to watch stuff when it's available, you know? It's not like streaming days, which I'm certain you fully understand. Sorry, I don't think you're young enough to not know a time before I don't even know how old you are, Sarah, but I figure that you're old enough to know, remember the times when it was if you weren't able to find it on, if you didn't watch it when it aired, it didn't exist. You missed it. So animatics were just a step before full animation. So this is what I remember, because it's so cemented, because I don't remember the name of this VHS tape, but it was it had a cardboard sleeve for the tape to go in, and it had all of this art on it, which made me remember the box that it was in, because we kept the box, and it sat there on the shelf with its little cardboard sleeve. And what I will always remember about this was that animatic was part of the name for this whole thing, for this VHS tape. And, you know, because there wasn't streaming services, and, you know, there wasn't an endless amount of well animated content, this was one of the few things I had access to watch whenever I wanted to. It was like a $10 VHS tape out of the local Walmart, you know? So I got it for Christmas, I think. And what I will never forget is the fact that they were just basically, I understand how they did it these days, but back then I had no clue how they did it. But they were sliding the cells across the glass plate whenever they were taking their pictures for it, you know? Don't tell me about stuff not existing. You have no clue how many cartoons are completely lost media in Italian dub because they got aired once and then deleted. Oh man, yeah, that is a hazard of not being part of the glorious American market, I guess you could say. But I will never forget this particular tape, and it was I remember there was a, I remember that, I think it was, one of the classic American tales of Casey at the Bat. And, if you've never heard that story, it's basically, Casey was a baseball player who was he was the star player of a baseball team, and they do all of this ramping up of oh, Casey is going to...
Reminds me of the mages from my era.
They were as bad as cool.
Worse, they were the first to summon demons into the world. Shadows deepen. We must be getting close.
But the story of Casey at the Bat was it was a baseball player who was supposed to hit a home run, and then he doesn't. And the whole story is literally Casey going out to bat and then striking out 3 separate times. That's the whole story. And it's you know, it's innocuous. It's very mild insofar as like children's stories go or whatever. But it's like they really play it up, and I will never forget how the pitcher throws the ball across the plate, and the way that they like poorly zoomed in on the pitcher, because the pitcher was done in 2 states. He was pulling back, and then he was throwing forward. So it would switch from the pulling back to the throwing forward, and it was just so obvious that it wasn't like properly animated, and it really bothered me. I could tell the cheapness of it despite how young I was. And it was that which cemented in my mind that animatics and animation were distinctly different. And that animation was like DuckTales or the Rescue Rangers, which were my favorite cartoons at the time, versus whatever the hell was on that VHS tape that I watched more than once for the sole reason that I didn't really have anything better to watch frequently. So my father has some lost media stuff. I need to go through his old VHS tapes. You know what? I did some super basic stop motion material with my father's video camera whenever I was a kid, and I finally took the time to digitize all of that material. Maybe we should give a look at it whenever I'm done with the stream tonight, eh? If you guys want to watch it, you'd be certain to remind me. I'll dig it up and I'll watch it, because I'm certain it's still on one of the hard drives that I have here. God willing, anyway. I could be wrong. Like, it was stop motion with Legos. I did some very basic stop motion with Legos.
Your flaws are revealed!
Did Tev's Insomnia get to you too? No, Extra Happy. Actually, what happened was I did my normal stream at the normal hour, and then I went out and I got I did my grocery shopping and everything for the day, and then I came home and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm Mr. Spreadsheet with all of my my spending so that I can keep track of what I'm spending. So like I came upstairs, I put I put my receipts into spreadsheets and whatnot, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go downstairs. Some blood. I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm going to. More freaking journals to listen to. I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm going to play some Animal Crossing, and that's going to be my way to unwind for this Saturday. You know, that's gonna be my nothing hour. But before I did that, it was getting kind of warm in the house, and we are getting probably one of the last cool days of the season before things truly heat up and stay hot for a long time. So I opened the downstairs window, I lit a nice scented candle, and Tev opened the upstairs windows, and then Ratchet settled down on top of me. And I was just like, I am suddenly feeling so goddamn sleepy. So, like, I did my stuff in Animal Crossing, and then I lied down on the couch, and I zonked the fuck out for 4 hours. And I woke up at, like, basically midnight.
Ha! A vicious strike!
And, man, there's something to be said for having the windows open and having some nice freaking cool air. Not cold air even, just cool. It just makes the house nice, moderately temperatured, and you're just like, man, it is so fucking comfy in this temperature, specifically under a blanket, because we keep a blanket on the couch, right? And, God, I fucking passed out for like 4 hours or whatever. And that was my afternoon. That was my afternoon to evening, and I woke up and I was like, well, my sleep schedule is utterly goddamn fucked. So why don't we go ahead and just stream a little bit? So that's your story. Fair enough. I used to do my washing at 3 a.m. at uni because having a shared laundry room between a couple hundred people was a pain in the jacksite, in the jacksy. Was nice in those hours to calm down. Man, being a fucking night owl is fantastic. I cannot tell you how many times I went to one of the 24-hour
Can a mad
restaurants.
wizard ever reform his ways? I do not think so.
The number of times that I went out to get Denny's at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, man. Oh, man. Oh, of course there would be assholes for me to deal with.
The Black Soulstone will be my greatest work, my legacy, and my gift to humanity. There will be wars to come between man and the creatures of heaven and hell. The power housed within my stone is the very thing needed to set mankind free from demons and angels forever.
But I will say this much, like, my sleeping, like, I never eat enough on the weekends. And here's an interesting detail. Actually, you know what? I will start this as a question to all of you. I stand 6 feet 2 inches tall. I don't know what that is in centimeters.
Look, just over there. I never imagined such a creature.
But, standing at 6 foot 2 inches, how much do you think I weigh? So that is 188 centimeters. And you are guessing that I weigh wow. Sarah, you are amazingly on point with that. Yes, you are right. I weigh about 80 kilograms, which is 176 pounds. I went a little bit up, you know, maybe 1 or 2 keys, knowing what I do about the way the kilograms work. So like this is a detail that I don't share too much. I am used to being very low weight for my height, to the degree that my doctor, I have a gastroenterologist that I go to. The fuck? What are you doing?
Itar has raised me to new heights.
So for context, my doctor is more interested in me weighing like 81 to 82 kilos. But you know, it's a small difference. He's like, oh, it's good that you're weighing more. I don't know how much of that is what he's used to versus what is legitimately more healthy. So, you made the drawing. Holy moly! But I have been actively like adjusting my diet to try and like lose a bit of weight to be more in the 80 kilogram area. Which is roughly 100 and units. Would you just die already, you big nasty bastards? Yeah, 176. There we go. Right. You yeeted it into the CBH. Well, that's fantastic, because I just chatted in chat because I didn't know if you would have a CBH to yeet it into. Which channel did you yeet it to? Art, I'm assuming. Fanworks? You're not wrong. I am getting my ass handed to me, and I'm not okay with this. I am not okay with this.
The Zakarum scholar Brass wrote that the Desolate Sands were created after a mage clan battle sent out explosive energies that devastated the entire area. But he doesn't account for the enormous skeletons. No one has ever identified them. Were they a lost race of giant beasts? Demons? Mythical dragons? We may never know.
Well, you said that you simplified it. There's no questioning it. You definitely simplified things. In my head, you just got disarmed, but held your ground for a good while. How freaking dare you? Tev would never do such a thing to me. Because I can best her at every freaking turn. I almost said hello to myself because I dropped a message in chat. My god. Press E for doubt. How dare you? This isn't fucking LA Noire. Press X to fucking doubt. How... I swear. I swear to God, Sarah. Pushing me to my limit over here. Oh, hey, Sarah. So I'm curious. What do you make of the? Have you seen the plans from the developers of 7 Days to Die, the Fun Pimps? They've started to do their like developer streams for the next version of 7 Days. What do you think so far? If you know anything about that stuff.
Only you can defeat this monstrosity.
This fight is over.
You don't really know anything about it? Okay, so, let me share this. All I know about 7 Days is the few times I got to catch you stream it. Really? I must be getting you mixed up with somebody else, because somebody was like, oh, well, like, we play it all the time. We play it all the time. I thought that you were the person who was like, oh yeah, we play that in a group all the time. Like, me and my boyfriend and stuff like that. I'm feeling pretty good, and like, oh hey, you guys never guessed what this was. This little bottle of spicy water that I got here. Okay, so that's the route down. Let's check out the rest of the dungeon. Assuming that there's anything worth finding in this section of the dungeon anyway. Heineken? Nope. Nope. Stronger than that. Let me see. It's 12%. That's your hint. Give up? I'm guessing that you don't have much of anything else to guess for. It is soju. If you even know what that is. Not everybody knows what soju is. Like, I walked into a local store once, and I was looking for it, and the guy behind, I was like, I'm looking for soju, and the guy behind the counter, I can't blame him, and like, I live in a bit of a backwater. He was just like, you're looking for soju? Like, and he had the most confused look on his face. He probably thought I was like an anti-Semite or something whenever he said it out loud like that. I was like, so Jew, what are you talking about? I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna get into this. It's clear you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You never heard of it? It is a strong Korean drink.
Did you say something?
Oh, I must practice my spells lest they fail me in the heat of battle. Do they really sound so odd?
Yes.
You don't drink? Really? It's always interesting to learn if somebody doesn't bother with the drink, which is, you know, it's fine. I'm not gonna tell anybody to not do it. The only thing worse than enjoying the stuff too much is forcing it on other people. But one thing that I will always be interested in learning is it a situation where, like, you just don't do it because you don't do it? As in, like, I've never tasted the stuff, because I've known several people where that's the case. Or is it a situation of, like, I did it and I didn't like it, or I did it and I've had to pull back, you know? Everybody's different somehow, but I'm always interested to know what the personal story is, you know? My word.
I am returning to town.
Okay, so I've got a whole bunch of freaking crap in my inventory now. Don't enjoy the taste. There's a big wine culture here, so I've always got to taste different kinds of things, but I just don't like them. Man. And I can understand that. I can understand that. I thought the idea of enjoying alcohol was an absolute ridiculous thing whenever I was younger. What can I say? I guess the most accurate way to put it is that I grew into it as I grew up. Which doesn't happen to everyone. 81, that's a pretty freaking power roll. Oh, my word. Am I actually getting tired? Am I headed for the need to sleep? Which wouldn't be a bad thing, mind you. I'm the only one getting orange juice or tea when we go out at night. It would be fantastic if I could drive. Oh, jeez. Man. You're just, like, reminding me of the fact that public transportation doesn't exist where I live. And that's not hyperbolic, I mean that literally. There's no public transportation. Unless you want to talk about a bus where it means going 3 or 5 miles takes you 6 to 8 hours. It doesn't here too. I live in a small town. Ah, I see. So you're not in Rome or anything like that. Or Venice. Or Florence. Okay, so is this bad? I only learned that Florence was a place whenever I played the second Assassin's Creed game that took place in Italy. I feel kind of bad that that's the case for me. Man, that is incredibly better. Whew. It's like a conglomerate of small towns in a national park. I can say it's very American of you. What can I say? I am particularly American, and I don't think that that's something that I need to run away from or deny. So, take it for what it is. Okay, so let's.
New goods today. Please look. You won't be disappointed.
I don't think there's anyone to talk to at current. Oh wait. The blacksmith, Hedrig. The vessel.
What happened during your time with the Vetchin?
When we first joined the wagon train, we were just two lost souls. The Vetchin thought it was unbearably romantic. A pair of lovers on the run from their pasts. I suppose it might have even been true. A mystic with the Vetchin recognized Mira's talent immediately. We stayed with them while Mira learned from her. Along the way, we fell in love and married. I've never known anything as surely as my love for her.
Perhaps she used her magic to cast a spell on you.
Never mind.
Oh my word. Very American. Very American of you in a stereotypy way. But to be honest, it's not like you guys get a lot of Italian stuff. No, it's like learning of the you know, Rome or the Venetian or for some reason I keep wanting to say Madrid, but that's Spain. I'm better educated than many Americans. Well, educated probably isn't the right way to put it. More worldly is probably a better way to say. It's a give and a take. But you are right. You are right. My experience
Not
with
enough spirit.
My experience with pretty much everything involving the Italians is limited to basically Italian American and whatever has managed to find its way here through popular media. So.
That ability is
Your
not yet
strength
recharged.
fails.
The Prophet would be pleased.
Ooh, this is an orange ring. Holy moly. Summon a treasure goblin who picks up normal quality items for you. After picking up 15 items, he drops a rare item with a chance for a legendary. What the f... This is strange. Clearly the product of an ingenious and befuddling mind, this ring has interlocking pieces that rotate and shift to reveal strange glowing patterns. Every configuration reveals a different magical property. How fascinating. Alrighty. Oh hey, I found the dungeon exit. That's not too bad. Oh ho ho ho. Another fancy pants loot cache. Oh, man. It's late as can be. Alright, let's get out of here. To those of you who are hanging out at this wonderfully late hour that is so late that it is basically early, thank you so much, and I hope that you've enjoyed yourself for as long as you've been here, whether it's been for a while versus for basically no time whatsoever. It's always wonderful to know that I have an audience at some time of the day, no matter how unreasonable that time is. You're a wonderful and amazing lot. Never let anyone tell you otherwise.
Do you know what these bones are from?
Long ago, even before my time, great beasts roamed these lands. But death called them here, one by one, until none were left.
Just over there! I never imagined such a creature.
Oof. Aha! The way shrine. Alright, we'll return to the camp. See?
Hey, mister, I got some new things. You should take a look.
I don't really have anything worth keeping. And as crazy as it may sound, guys, I feel like I've hit my limit for tonight. I've played quite a bit. I've enjoyed my fun. My word, what a freaking look I am carrying now. Look at that. Okay, well, there you go. Okay, guys, this is where I end the stream. I am done for the evening. I'm done for the evening. I could see myself finally starting to get some sleep. Still sitting on the desk from earlier. Man, when you, Sarah, you you redeemed the swap. Oh my word. Anyways, I'm so sorry. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for coming along for the ride. Thank you very much for the cheers. Thank you so much for the subscriptions. It's good to know that I'm worth both your time and your money, and it's great to have all of you along for the ride. Until next time, though, I will see you on Monday for some more Diablo 3 when we continue the adventure and the intrigue of the storyline as we progress through it. Until then, though, take care of yourselves. I will see all of you next time. I'm going to get some sleep. Good night, all.